Se7en is a fantastic 1995 crime thriller directed by David Fincher, starring Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, and somebody else. I've been on a mid-90s noir kick with the X-Files, and as I'm in pre-production on a personal project, I've been enjoying the process of breaking down scenes to understand how and why filmmakers make certain decisions. So, why 7? I really love the look of this movie, and it's so good that it has a goofy number in its title, and it still rules. So which scene have I chosen to examine in this video? It must be the extremely famous scene that everybody knows about, right? Not some random dialogue scene in the police station where Morgan Freeman tries to get out of doing his job, right? And of course, I didn't do anything unnecessarily complicated, like rebuild the scene in Blender so I could walk around the room to recreate the same camera angles, right? Welcome to the Brand New Extra Good breakdown. Okay, so why this scene? So there are a lot of memorable, mostly harrowing scenes from 7 that I could have chosen to analyze. I wanted to pick a very straightforward scene with very few moving parts and really dig into what's going on here. This is bread and butter filmmaking. Nothing flashy, just the nuts and bolts of piecing together a conversation. All right, let me set up the context of this scene in the film. A man has been killed in a particularly gruesome way. We've got 3 characters with 3 motivations. Somerset, played by Morgan Freeman, can read the writing on the wall, literally, and has a hunch that this is gonna get messy and brutal. Mills, played by Brad Pitt, wants to prove himself. Somerset wants to retire without this case hanging over him, and the captain, played by Arlie Ermy, just wants it taken care of.
That's not even my desk.
There are 9 setups that I counted in this scene. 1 wide master, 3 angles of Somerset, 3 angles of the captain, and 3 angles of Mills. 2 of the angles use the same setup with a blocking move and pan and tilt, so it's 9 total.
Killer put a bucket beneath him, kept on serving. Took his time, too. Coroner said this could have gone on for more than 12 hours. Victim's throat was swollen, probably from the effort. And there was definitely a point when he passed out.
All right, we've established the geometry of this scene in 3 shots. What I think is interesting is that the first shot of this scene is this, which is not the wide shot, not the master shot. That's here. The first 2 shots we get are this and this, because the conversation in this scene is between Somerset and the captain. And then when we hit this 3rd shot, we see, oh yeah, Mills is there too. He kind of wants to be interjecting himself throughout this scene. And by starting on just Somerset and the captain, and then, oh yeah, Brad Pitt is here too, we are kind of in the same headspace.
That's when the killer kicked him. He burst.
Oof, sadistic, huh?
I love these 2 shots. This is where Mills tries to interject himself. He just makes like color commentary on the case. He's not really adding anything to it. And he looks like to the captain for approval here.
Oof, sadistic, huh?
The captain just looks at him like, what are you talking about? He's not facing Mills. He's facing Somerset. The conversation is between him and Somerset. He is not sure why Mills is inserting himself here.
You want somebody dead, you drive by and shoot him. You don't risk the time it takes.
And Somerset just ignores him, continues on.
Come on. Somebody had a problem with a fat boy and decided to torture him. Simple as that.
In the grocery bags, we found 2 receipts. That means the killer stopped in the middle of everything and made a second trip to the supermarket.
And this cut into a close-up on Morgan Freeman's face.
Grocery bags, we found 2 receipts.
This is like, no, listen to me. I'm talking here. I'm saying something that I mean. If we cut back to this shot, it wouldn't be quite as impactful. This is like, no, like, listen to what I'm saying.
That means the killer stopped in the middle of everything and made a second trip to the supermarket.
So?
Might just be talking out of my ass here, but I think with close-ups, you get this extra emotional intimacy with the character, but you can lose a sense of space in it because you don't see as much of the space. And so you kind of need to reestablish the geography sometimes. And what you can do is have these characters do these deliberate glances at each other. And that's what happens in these scenes. So once we move into this close-up on Morgan Freeman, we get characters looking at each other to kind of remind us where everybody's standing.
So?
Hey, man.
Captain glances over at Mills to finally involve him.
Hey, man. Here's the thing. I've been out in the rain all day.
This is beginning.
We've got one dead guy, not three.
No motive.
Don't even start that big brain of yours cooking on this, all right? Please.
And we get this glance from Mills here that glances from the captain over to Somerset, and that sets us up nice for this wide shot where we reestablish the geography of the scene.
Cooking on this, all right? Please.
I'd like to be reassigned.
What?
What?
What? Whoa. Huh?
Okay. It also does something interesting too. Cutting back out to this wide shot to remind us of where everybody is in this scene. And then Morgan Freeman drops this bomb. I want to be reassigned. And then look where the coverage is on the captain before he was here. And then pay attention to what happens after Somerset says that he wants to be reassigned.
I'd like to be reassigned.
What?
What?
What? Whoa. Huh?
What in the hell are you talking?
So we go from this side of the room to this side of the room. This side is when Somerset and the captain, it's those two having the conversation. Then Somerset throws out, hey, I want to be reassigned. What the heck? And this is basically Mills's point of view, right? This is where Mills is sitting in the room. We're seeing it basically from his perspective. Maybe the captain isn't necessarily on board with what Somerset is saying, and Mills takes that to mean, oh, that means he's automatically on my side. And we'll see how that plays out for him in the scene.
What?
What?
What? Whoa. Huh?
What in the hell are you talking about?
This can't be my last duty. It's just gonna go on and on and on.
You're retiring. 6 more days and you're all the way gone. Won't be the first time you've left unfinished
Those
business.
other cases were...
And this shot here of Somerset is just further emphasizing his isolation. He's got all of this empty space on this side of him. It's him versus the room here.
We're taking as close to conclusion as humanly possible. And if I may speak freely,
We're all friends here.
this should not be his first assignment.
Oh, come on. I knew it. This is not my first assignment, you dick.
It's too soon for him.
Hey, man, you know, I'm right here. You can say that to my face, Captain.
It's too soon for you.
Oh, this is so good. This whole scene, Somerset has not directly addressed Mills, not even one time. And we're over a minute into this conversation. And this whole time, Mills is like, he keeps looking up over at Somerset. He wants to be brought into this thing. He's eager to be involved. And Somerset's just giving him nothing. And that extends to Somerset just directly addressing the captain the whole time, saying, you know, I don't think he's ready for this, et cetera, et cetera. And finally, Mills is like, say it to me.
Hey, man, you know, I'm right here. You can say that to my face, Captain.
It's too soon for you.
And then we cut to this close-up on Somerset's face. And when we cut to it, his eyes are already open and they're already looking basically right at us. They're looking right at Mills. It's this kind of confrontational thing that's sudden. We go from this shot of him where we can't see his face at all. We're kind of like, you know, maybe craning our neck to get a peek at his expression. What is he talking about? And then it's too soon for you. Just direct address right there. So good. I mean, watching the scene over and over and over for analysis here, I'm also just so in love with Morgan Freeman's performance. It's so good.
Captain, if we could just talk in private. Obviously, this isn't working. It's a personal thing. Maybe it'd be better.
Shut up now.
Okay, so this is great too. This is Mills trying to bring it in with the captain here. It's just you and I. Let's just have a private conversation. This is clearly not working out. And then he gets totally rejected. But the coverage responds to what Mills is doing here, setting up this sort of reverse shot between the two of them, the way that Mills is imagining that their relationship is progressing. Like, all right, bring it in, buddy. Like, get a load of this guy, right?
Captain, if we could just talk in private. Obviously, this isn't working. It's a personal thing. Maybe it'd be better.
Shut up, Mills. Look,
And then we just get this, stunned reaction from Mills.
I don't have anyone else to put on this, and you know it.
Reset back to the wide. We can see where everybody's standing. Reset the emotional stakes. Captain here's to reassert what's going on.
You don't just get to swap.
Give it to me.
Say what?
Every time the captain looks over at Mills in here, it's just like, you're still here? What are you talking about?
Say what?
Yeah, he doesn't want it. I'm sorry, but see you later. Have a nice time. Give it to me.
No, I'm putting you on something else. Go on, Mills.
This is the only shot in this scene with this setup at all. We don't see any other line deliveries from the captain from this coverage. This is perfectly dead on center. He's the middle of the frame, and it's totally perpendicular to the wall. It's not really giving anything away. Look how straight across the screen these blinds are. You can tell just like how exactly 90 degrees spot on the camera is. It's not tilted up at all, not tilted down. It's not panned to the left. It's not panned to the right. It is completely perpendicular to the wall, and the captain is dead center right here.
Go on, Mills. Just go on. I'm sorry, old buddy, but it looks like you're stuck cleaning up the fat man.
I want to play each character's coverage together. You can tell here that this is Somerset's coverage. He's got 3 different angles, and they go from setup A, setup B, setup C, back to setup B. That's what these different shots on different tracks are. You see the same thing happening with the captain here. 3 different setups, setup A, B, and C, then back to A. And then for Mills's coverage, we get setups A, B, and C. A and B are the same angle, just with a pan and tilt. We'll get to that when we get to it.
Coroner said this could have gone on for more than 12 hours. You don't risk the time it takes to do this, unless the act itself has meaning.
Come on.
We found 2 receipts. That means the killer stopped in the middle of everything and made a second trip to the super. This is beginning.
We've got 3.
No motive. This can't be my last duty. It's just gonna go on and on.
The first time you've left unfinished
Those
business.
other cases were taken as close to conclusion as humanly possible. And if this should not be his first assignment, it's too soon for him. It's too soon for you.
Sorry, but see you later. Have a nice...
Stuck cleaning up the fat man.
You can see how the intensity builds over the course of the scene. We get this fairly neutral perspective of Somerset here. This is close to Brad Pitt's point of view when he's sitting in his chair. We get this cut in a little bit closer for emphasis here, where he's talking about, no, this is heading in a nasty direction. Get this shot here to emphasize his isolation, and we can't see his face here. And then boom, back into that close up for the delivery of the "it's too soon for you." Then we stay there for the rest of the scene. Let's watch the captain's coverage.
Victim's throat was swollen, probably from the effort.
Huh?
When you want somebody dead, you drive by and shoot him.
Somebody had a problem with a fat boy and decided to torture him. Simple as that.
And the grocery bags with the market.
So? Not one dead guy. Not 3. Don't even start that big brain of yours. What in the hell are you talking about?
On and on.
You're retiring. 6 more days.
If we could just talk in private. Obviously, maybe it'd be
Just
better.
shut up, Mills. You don't just get to swap.
Give it to me.
Say what? No. I'm putting you on something else. Go on, Mills. Just go on. I'm sorry, old buddy, but it looks like you're...
I just really love the reorientation across the room. I'm never exactly sure where to draw like the 180 degree line, but I think this crosses it. And of course, remember, we've got that wide to set up the geography of the space so we can move across that line. But we have coverage in on the captain here as if he's in this 2-person conversation with Somerset. And then when Somerset says something crazy, that's when it switches as if he's in this 2-person conversation with Mills.
Don't even start that big brain of yours. What in the hell are you talking about?
Let's watch Mills's coverage here.
First,
Oof. sadistic. Hey, man, his thing. I've been out in the rain all day.
Looking on this, all right?
But-
What?
What? Whoa.
Jason, you're all the way gone. Won't be.
If I may speak freely,
We're all friends here.
Oh, come on. I knew it. This is not my first assignment, you dick. Hey, man, you know, I'm right here. You can say that shit in my face.
Watching each character's coverage in isolation like this, I think really emphasizes how the camera movement is really just to follow the performances of the actors. This is just panning and tilting, following what the actors are doing. Mills here has these two positions from which he delivers lines. Position 1, where he's sitting in the chair, and then position 2, standing up, leaning on the desk. And we see that the camera setup is positioned such to cover both of those blocking positions.
Hey, man, you know, I'm right here. You can say that in my face. Captain, this isn't working. It's personal.
And then this is a cut into just the second setup for Mills here. I think it's interesting we don't actually see the pan over from this shot to the next. Like, we don't see it come to rest, but I am pretty confident this is just the same setup as this angle, just panned and tilted to follow Mills's movements.
Face, Captain, this isn't working. It's personal.
Look, I don't have anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't want it. Next time.
When he's standing up here, we're like looking straight up Brad Pitt's nose. People say you put the camera low up at a character to emphasize their power. I think this is an interesting scene that counters that. I'm not saying that you can't put a camera low to emphasize somebody's power, but Mills in this scene is by far the least powerful character. He's a rookie. He doesn't know what he's getting into, and he has no control over this room whatsoever. So why do we have the camera down low? Wouldn't that make us think that he's powerful? I don't think so. I don't think that that automatically communicates that. I think it can in context. Here, what does the camera position say about the character? Okay, here's a flyer. Maybe it's kind of how Mills views himself. He views himself as this kind of noble protector that he wants to be throwing himself at this case, and that's an admirable quality, and so that's why we're seeing him from this reverent perspective. I think it's something else, though. When we look at the wide shot, the person with the power in this scene is the captain. He's controlling who's going to be on what case, and he sits down the whole time. We don't need to have him like elevated above everybody else. In fact, we've got the production design emphasizing his location in vertical space with this, bright window behind him where we can see all this negative space above him, and he's small in the frame. It's not because he's not powerful. He just doesn't need to project power. The other characters orient themselves to give that effect anyway. I think that's smart filmmaking. I think that that's confident filmmaking based on the performances and the nuts and bolts of the plot of how this scene plays out. We can tell that the captain is in charge, and he doesn't need to do anything extra to communicate that. I think that is what's going on here. There's a great article and interview with Darius Kanji, the cinematographer, in the American Cinematographer from back in 1995 about the cinematography of Se7en. I highly recommend reading the whole thing, but there's something I found particularly interesting about it. The relatively innovative decisions that they're talking about in this article that Kanji, Fincher, and the rest of the crew made on this film are filming with soft light and filming wide open for shallow depth of field. Nowadays, light has never been softer and lenses have never been wider open. When I think about modern movies that film with a shallow depth of field and soft lighting, I'm imagining fairly flat and even lighting with like a ton of blur. And that's not what's going on here at all. This movie seems positively restrained by modern standards. Things are out of focus, like in the background, but you can tell what's going on. Light is soft, but you're still getting shape in the way I normally associate with hard sources. I would love to dive into a more recent Fincher Kanji movie and compare the lighting to Se7en, and that might be the next video. Speaking of the next video, this one ended up being a lot of fun and a lot of work. Let me know if this is the kind of thing you're into, and thanks for watching.